chrome, then we'll do prism, then we'll do one more Topps chrome, and then we'll end in Bowman chrome, I think, is how I want to do it. I think that's the way. We'll just mix it up a little bit. Doesn't matter, it's all getting open. All right, good luck, everybody. Appreciate your patience. Let's see what's going down. Yeah, G-Man, I don't, we're getting into that. It just was a struggle this morning, so I'll be back tomorrow morning, and we'll see how that's going. I don't want you guys sitting around waiting for hours on end to get breaks in, so we're not going to do that. But Mr. and Mrs. will be on tonight. Empty box. And I'll come up with some different stuff tomorrow. See if I can put something a little bit more enticing up there. You never know. Dingler. Auto immediately. Cantillo for the Guardians. Rookie. Fernando Tatis Jr. and Jarren Duran. Auto right off the bat. Yeah, Chef, everything's fine. It just took 3 hours to fill the break this morning. So I'm not going to put another break up there and it take 3 more hours. Just not going to do it. And that's more for y'all. I'd sit here for 3 hours. I don't care. I'm just not going to do it for you guys. Lindor. Bogarts. Greg Jones. And Gunnar Henderson. Hey, K13. Jeffrey Conine's boy. Ryan Jeffers. Aaron Judge. And Spencer Strider. Yankees already getting a deed. Hi-Song Kim for the Dodgers. Riley Green for the Tigers on the negative. Mookie Betts all etch and Ketel Marte. Scotty, no worries, bro. No worries. Like I said, I'd sit here for 4 hours to fill another break. I'm just not doing that to you guys. That's not how we're going to roll here. Spencer Steer. Matt McClain. Look at that back-to-back Reds. Tanner Beebe. And J.J. Bleday. How'd you do, Scotty? Daniel Schneemann. Orvelis Martinez for the Blue Jays. A little Dodgers. Shohei Ohtani, never hurt nobody. And a manga for the Cubs. Orvelis seems to show up quite a bit, doesn't he? Or am I wrong in that? I feel like he shows up quite a bit. Machado. Chisholm. Tyler Soderstrom and Gavin Sheets. Basso. Mania. Aaron Judge on the refractor. Okay. And Brenton Doyle. We take Aaron Judge refractors around here. Jose Ramirez. Miguel Andujar. Luis Angel Acuna for the Mets. And Blanco. Probably, Jonathan, you're not wrong. That's a good call. There's old Reese Hines for the Reds. Mason Miller. Vladdy Guerrero Jr. on the all etch, and Josh Jung. Ryan Bliss. Adrian Del Castillo. Stuart Baroa for the Blue Jays, and Bobby Witt Jr. Oh, Bobby Witt Jr. Michael King. Corbin Carroll. Shohei all etch, and Blake Snell. Shohei showing up today, huh? Nico Horner. Mookie Betts out of 250 for the Dodgers. Dodgers eating a little bit in this box. Corey Seager and Carlos Correa. It is the dude. It is. My team made it in, bro. Somehow, some way, they made it in. Does it, Jonathan? Yeah, it kind of does, doesn't it? Right there in that, right there in the middle there. You can see it. Connor Norby. Hayden Birdsong, Trevor Story, and Francisco Alvarez. I didn't realize there was going to be so many games today. There's 4. 4 games, and mine's the last one. JT, Dustin Harris, Michael McGreevy for the Cardinals, and James Talion. Rookie. Reds. I'm Reds, dude. I don't... Historically, we haven't done all that well against the Dodgers, but we'll see. Yordan Alvarez, Nolan Jones, Dylan Cruz, and Trey Turner. There's Jacob Wilson, Tom Sagasy, Jason Dominguez, and Kiner Falefa. That's right. Otto Lopez. Aaron Schunk for the Rockies. Zebby Matthews for the Twins. And Mr. Yu Darvish for the Padres. How's Yu Darvish been here recently? I feel like I don't see his name anywhere anymore. Is he still legit? Is he still a guy you want on your squad? Mid. Nacho Alvarez Jr., Garrett Cole, Pete Alonso, and George Kirby. Salvi Perez, Amador, Verlander on the refractor, and J.P. Crawford to end out the first one. We got 4 hobbies to go. 4 hobbies to go. Let's open a Bowman Chrome. I won't see what's in it. Roman Anthony and Sasaki on the cover here. Now again, this is like a Bowman Chrome hobby, but without all the base in it. 10 card pack. Empty box. Good luck. They're in the playoffs, though. If they can do some damage, you know. There's a Max Muncy for the A's. Wow, that's a funky looking card. Samuel Basallo. What is that? Christopher Acosta for the Brew Crew. First Bowman. Warren Calcano for the Royals out of 150. Both of them are on card, I believe. Faribas for the Phillies. Looks like a catcher to me. Bowman first. Or first Bowman. Heinz Brito for the Guardians out of 499 on the first Bowman. Mike Trout out of 499 for the Angels. Jacob Wilson out of 125. That's nice. J.J. Weatherholt and Dalton Rushing for the Dodgers. Okay. Good looking cards. Good looking cards. All of them are. All of them are. No stickers to be found. I guess that makes sense. Probably all have them brought in and sat down and said, "Hey, you gotta sign them right here, dog." But the Royals get a little love. The Phillies get a little love. The Brew Crew get a little love. This was just an insert, so I'm told. Looks good, though. Max Muncy. Mr. Brito. Jacob Wilson. And a Mike Trout. I like Sapphire and Cosmic as well in football and baseball. Mayberry needs some love. Just a little bit of love. We got some boxes left here, brother. We got some boxes left here. Prism's next. Emptiness. And these actually look good too for not being licensed. Haisong Kim, Bazana, Burns, Upton Rivera, Christy Mathewson, a Cal Ripken on the green scope for the Orioles out of 75. There you go, Orioles. A little bit of love. Jose Canseco for the Rangers. Braden Montgomery for the White Sox on the Dingers. Braden Taylor, Andy Van Slyke, and Bryce Rayner. Or Rainier. One of them two. Take a little Cal Ripken action. Cosmic, some of the most fun stuff to open, Jonathan. It really is. Luke Dickerson. Ryan Clifford and Jeff Bagwell. Ivan Rodriguez and Josh Gibson. Jonah Tong for the Mets. I don't think it's numbered, but we'll check. Braxton Ashcroft for the Pirates out of 499. Braden Montgomery for the White Sox on the Red Wave. Slade Caldwell. Cole Young, Chase Davis, and Pablo Sandoval. Mayberry, it's the world we live in now. It's the world we live in. But we'll take a Jonah Tong. And we'll take a Braden Montgomery on the Givey. The cards still look good though, Mayberry. Even at that, I'll give them that. They didn't downgrade the quality of them, at least. Wouldn't it be nice, Mayberry? Wouldn't it be nice? Bobby Miller, Barry Larkin, Jack Morris, Grover Alexander, Bobby Witt Jr., Juan Gonzalez, Dylan Drilling for the Rangers out of 299, Bobby Miller for the Dodgers, Jacob Wilson Prismatic, Theo Gillen, Earl Combs, and a Maggie. Billy Amick, Hagen Smith, Andrew Walters, Aiden Miller, Yoho, Edwin Encarnacion, Christian Scott for the Mets out of 149, Gerangelo Shinginte for Seattle on the Red Wave, Chase Burns, Bert Campaneris, Paul Skeens, and Grady Sizemore. Alex, there's maybe one day it'll come back around to that. I don't even know. We're probably seeing our last set of downtowns this year for football. They lost NBA too. Yep. Santana, Williams, Randy Johnson, Walcott, Will Wagner, Gary Sheffield, Shoeless Joe Jackson out of 499 on the Gibby team. That's White Sox. Alejandro Rosario for Texas. Texas showing up a lot. Bubba Chandler, Yogi Berra, Carson Benj, and Levi Sterling. Yep, Jonathan, they sure did. Which I will say up to this point, Topps has put some really good quality stuff out, even with their non-licensed. Looks like we'll have some adjusting to do because we're so used to certain things, but I think Topps will be able to accommodate probably in even a better capacity. They've been around for a minute now. Kristen Campbell, Trey, James Wood, Tom Sagasy, Roby, Yadi Molina, Ryan Zimmerman, University of Virginia. Ooh, we got a redemption out of 199. That's for the Nationals. Let's see here. Frank Thomas, Ryan Johnson, Cecil Fielder, Christian Moore, and let's just use Cecil Fielder here. Sensational Signature Prism Pulsar number 37, Jake Bloss. Jake Bloss. Hang on. I know that name. I was just looking at it. Blue Jays. Blue Jays. I was looking at that when we were looking at the list earlier. It's the Blue Jays. I just wanted to make sure. Jake Bloss. I didn't want to say the wrong team, and then, you know what I mean? Then a firestorm happens. Mr. Jake Bloss, which is actually not bad. Do you, Jay Anderson? Well, hopefully they fulfill that in some capacity sooner rather than later. I still have a rookie Juan Soto that they haven't fulfilled. Probably never will. Morales, Harrington, K-Line, Lindsay and York, Pee Wee Reese, Brandon Sproat for the Mets. Think that might actually, yeah, yep. Brock Wilkin, Ken Griffey Jr. on the Dingers, Cash Mayfield, Mel Ott, and Colt Keith. I see you, Jamie. There's a couple of teams that need to start showing up a little bit. Just a little bit. Still 2 hobbies sitting over there, though. Tommy Troy, Jacob Wilson, Kevin Alcantara, Cooper Pratt, Mr. Allen, Hintz, Wynn, Johan Santana, and he is out of $4.99 for the Twins. Greg Maddux, Red Wave for the Braves. Woo, a little groovy. Rentaro Sasaki. Is he on a squad? Hang on. We'll come back to that. I'm going to top load it first, though. Is he actually on a squad? I need to look that up. Kumar Rocker, Ryan Zimmerman, and Cam Smith. And Greg Maddux. Jaded, I got that as a Christmas gift. If you looked hard enough, you'd be able to find it on eBay or something. I need to look him up real quick just to make sure. High school. Stanford. I don't even know how to do that. Need to create a nil spot for the Prism, apparently. George Lombard Jr., Harmon Killebrew, Blake Mitchell, Freeland, Petrie, Braden Taylor for the Tampa Bay Devil Rays. You've got Barry Larkin on the refractor, Bazana, Owen Hall, Jack Leiter, and Brody Beck. I think the only way we can really do that is I can't do that, Mayberry. I can't do that. So I think now knowing that those can be potentially in there, I think it's just going to have to go to the most expensive team because I have no other way of doing it, not on this platform. It is. It's going to go to the most expensive team. And then now that I know Prism can have that in there, I'll make sure and make sure there's a nil spot the next time we run Prism. Max Muncy, Eddie Collins, Kyle DeBarge, Junior Caminero, Tony La Russa, Rod Carew, Spencer Jones for the Yankees, and Zahir Hope for the Dodgers out. That's a snakeskin. Thank you, Mayberry. Appreciate that. And like I said, I didn't anticipate cards like that being in there. I've only opened like 4 of those boxes, so we'll put a nil spot in there moving forward. Vanny, it was Bloss for the Blue Jays. Roman Anthony, Zahir Hope, Chase Dollander, and Paul Molitor. We should still have one more auto, right? Kevin McGonigal, Bryce Cunningham, Owen Cassie, Matt Shaw, Johnny Mize, Brady House, Tom Seaver for the Mets, and that is out of 199. Little color match action there. Yes, Classic, you get all cards. Austin Wells on the refractor, Hagen Smith, Bobby Richardson, Miguel Tejada, and Tyson Neighbors. Yeah, really? It should. Kyle Teal, Brandon Sproat, Ryan Sandberg, Leo DeVries, Tim Hudson, Robin Yount, Braden Montgomery for the White Sox out of 499, a Jet Williams for Mets or Eaton, Jackson Churio on the Dingers, Bryce McCage, Colson Montgomery, and Chipper Jones. It was a Jet Williams. That's who it was. It's Jet Williams. We still got 2 hobbies to go, though. We're not done yet. Definitely classic. Definitely. It'd be like that sometime. Topps Chrome. And then we'll do Bowman Chrome. Well, you got a numbered, Blake, you got a numbered Mike Trout. You're doing better than some. You're doing better than some. Emptiness. Kerry Carpenter. Dylan Cease for the Padres. There's a James Wood and Gleyber Torres. Tom Sagasy. All etch Kevin Alcantara for the Cubs. Jose Ramirez and Lou Bob. Darren Baker. Garrett Cole. A Lawrence Butler refractor for the A's. And Candelario for the Reds. Juan Soto, Amador, another James Wood, and Ozzie Albies. Chaparro for the Nationals, Mason Miller, Lindor for the Mets, and Michael Harris II. Drew Romo, Nolan Jones, Mackenzie Gore, and Stephen Kwan. McGreevy, Fernando Tatis Jr., Wyatt Langford, and Brian Reynolds. Old Fernando. Jazz Chisholm. Jacob Wilson on the variation refractor. That's nice for the A's. Take that. We shall take that. I won't, Jonathan, I won't make it all that much, but it'll just make it easier. Less confusion with it on there. And Randy Rosarina. Aaron Judge, Mena, Logan Webb, and Siri. Baroa. Gordon Graceffo for the Cardinals. Okay. 915. A little Gordon Graceffo. Adley Rushman and Vladdy Jr. Mr. Beebe. Dustin Harris, Jeff McNeil, and Kyle Schwarber. Are they, Jonathan? For real, for real? Luis Garcia Jr., Tyler Gentry for the Royals, Severino, and Tyler Anderson. Oh, they do. Yes, they do. He might be. It could happen. I don't know if he will, though. He might, but I don't know. I'm not so sure. Theo Jimenez, Jackson Jobe, Ellie De La Cruz, and Josh Naylor. Cedric Mullins, O'Neal Cruz, Tyler O'Neill, and Mookie Betts. Brooks Lee, Hunter Fiducia, Shohei one more again, and Will Contreras. We got one box left, Mayberry. You've done it in the last minute before. You've done it in the last moment before. I seen you. I've been here for it. Trevor Story, Miguel Andujar, Shane McClanahan, and Mr. Love. Zebby Matthews for the Twins, Connor Gillespie for the Marlins, Brooks Lee for the Twins, and Wilson Contreras. About 3 packs left in the tops, and then we've got the last Bowman Chrome. And again, thank you for your patience, everybody, today, you guys. We're used to doing more than one rip in a morning. But I appreciate you going through it all. And I'll come up with something tomorrow. Who knows? Adrian Del Castillo. Freddie Freeman out of 150 for the Dodgers on the lava. Kobe Mayo and Chris Bassett. Take a Freddie Freeman. Skeen Superfractor last pack now. Now, that'd be quite the pull, Mayberry. That'd be quite the pull. Sasaki, Nico Horner, Wyatt Langford, and Tarek Skubal. Ian Happ, Hayden Birdsong, Evan Cotta, and Hunter Renfroe. All right. We're down to the last one. Can a Bowman save it? Can the Bowman save somebody? Or more than one somebody right here, right now? We'll find out. Good luck. It doesn't want to let us in. Emptiness. 10 cards. Dylan Cruz starts it out. Adios. Jack Caglianone. Maybe. Hi, Aries. Take that. For the Angels out of 499, Gabriel Davillo. Matthew Etzel for the Rays, not numbered. This is definitely going to be numbered. For the Royals, Warren Calcano out of 150. Marco Dingus out of 250. Bowman first. Kyle Tucker, 30 out of 50 gold. Take that, Cubbies. Caglione. Coronel out of 150. I could barely see that. Heinz Brito and Luke Kishal for the Twins. Cagliagete. That's pretty good. So, Bowman first. That wasn't terrible. Caglione. Now that I look at it, that makes sense. Caglione. And I'll do a quick recap of all this. Again, appreciate y'all hanging out with me. Thanks for, sorry it took a little while this morning, but it happens. I'll be back tomorrow morning. Mr. and Mrs. will be on tonight. I'm not exactly sure what they're doing, but I got a feeling you might want to stop by because I think they're going to be doing something a little unique based off of what I saw when I got here. And I won't divulge into anything else in case that's not what they're doing, but I would at least stop by and see what's what. Turbo, I'll probably watch my game tonight if I can make it through it because I get up pretty early, so I don't know how much of it I'll watch, but I'll watch some of it. Yeah, Matt, I don't know what the lineup is, but I think it does. I think you're on to something there, and that's just me looking at what I saw when I got here this morning. So that'll be interesting. But again, I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. I know most of you don't watch the recap all that much, but you can always go over to YouTube and see whatever you didn't see. So don't worry about that. You have a place to go to see that. But more importantly, thank you for hanging out with me. And we'll get a quick little recap of all this. A lot of autos. Had a lot of autos. You too, Turbo. All right, recap time. Well, it produced a decent amount of cards, I'll tell you that. Because I didn't even top load half of what probably need it. Tatis. Cal Ripken was out of 75. Jacob Wilson, Dylan Cruz, Mookie Betts was out of 250. Jackson Churio, Dalton Rushing, Aaron Shunk and Zebby Matthews, Tyler Gentry, Kevin Alcantara, Heinz Brito was out of 499. First Bowman. Luis Angel Acuna, Jose Canseco, Jacob Wilson out of 125 for the A's. Shohei, Baroa, Freddie Freeman was out of 150. Mike Trout was out of 499. Aaron Judge, Shohei, Michael McGreevy, Mookie Betts, Orvelis Martinez, and Riley Green. It is a big card classic. Yes, it is. Yes, it certainly is. Hi, Sung. Dylan Drelling, Barry Larkin. Thank you, Mayberry. Brandon Sproat, Ryan Zimmerman was out of 199. Christian Scott, Jaden Taylor, Greg Maddox, Johan Santana's out of 499. Ken Griffey Jr., Braden Montgomery, Braxton Ashcraft out of 499. Kobe Mayo, Connor Gillespie, James Wood, Braden Montgomery, Spencer Jones out of 499. Tom Seaver was out of 199. Groovy, Sasaki, that's going to the most expensive team, which I believe is the Dodgers. Shohei Ohtani, Jacob Wilson on the variation. That's what he was talking about right there. Hey, Buck, good morning. That's an excellent hit. Coronel out of 150 for the Padres. Brooks Lee. Kyle Tucker out of 50. Dylan Cruz. Joe Jackson out of 499. Zaire Hope. on the snakeskin. Caglione on the Adios. Keyshaw, Dingus out of 250. Dava Lilo out of 499. We'll just call him Gabe. Warren Calcano for the Royals. Etzel for the Rays. Graceffo for the Cardinals. Cantillo for the Guardians. Bloss for the Blue Jays. Jet Williams for the Mets. Tong for the Mets. Calcano again out of 150. Faribas for the Phillies. And Mr. Acosta for the Brew Crew. And that was that. Again, thank you so much, everybody. Appreciate your patience. I'll get something together for us tomorrow. I don't know quite yet. We'll probably do a little bit of both. I'll have a baseball break and I'll have a football break. Ready to go, regardless of what's going down. Mr. and Mrs. will be on tonight, so definitely be on the lookout for that. And I appreciate you hanging with me this morning. I'll be